All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for taking your time to be with us this evening. So today we'll be looking at the masterclass. This is a platform for people that wants to transition, but you're still in doubt. Maybe you don't know whether to do business analysis or to do project management or to do Scrum Master. That's what we'll be looking at this evening. But before then, before we dig in deep, I'm going to introduce myself, the company, and tell you a little bit about myself as well. Then I have a few slides to share my slides, and then call on the facilitator that will take you on the journey to take it from there to shed more light into the journey of into what it entails to become either a business analyst, a project manager, or a Scrum master. All right. So thanks again for joining. So my name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of a company called Learn with Pride. So Learn with Pride, what we do is we help people that wants to transition from non-IT background or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT trainings, ranging from project management to business analysis, Scrum Master, product owner, product management, DevOps engineer, web development, software testing, data analysis, database, just to name a few. We run like 8 different IT trainings. We are based in the UK, but we have students all around the world. Um, we have students from Ukraine, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from UK, from Canada, from Australia. We have students all around, all over the world. All right. So about the company has been going strong for the last 4 years, for over 4 years now. And over that 4 years, we've like over 20,000 students has passed through this institute, which I'm going to be sharing the stats with you later on as well. All right, so that is it about the company. About myself, my background was in accounting. I transitioned as well. It got to a point in my life that I needed a change, and I needed that change badly. I don't know what to do. The first course or the first training I stumbled upon was software automation engineer. This is very technical, for those who knows what software automation entails. You have to write codes in programming language like C sharp. And this is me coming from a non-technical background. All I knew all my life was debit and credit, balance sheets, trial balance, and all of that. But I was tired of what I was doing. I needed that change. So I embarked on that journey. But before I embarked on that journey, I thought maybe having different certification would give me a breakthrough. So I started doing different certification, project management, Prince 2, uh, anyone you can name on, thinking that will give me an edge, or give me a breakthrough into the career path that I wanted. But that was a lie, because companies, organizations are looking for someone who has got an experience, someone who can hit the ground running. So all my applications, because I have no experience, I've got the certificate, but I have no experience, meaning they don't want someone like me. So I had to go back to the drawing board. What do I need to do? It's like the certificate is not a magic word now. So what is the magic word? Until someone told me that, what, gone are the days that, your certificate will pave way for you. Now it's your experience, what you have to offer. Companies are not looking for people they have to babysit. No, they are looking for someone who can actually hit the ground running. That's who they are looking for. So I embarked on that journey. I asked them, this is me coming from an accounting background. Do you think I can embark on a software automation engineer journey and not only embark on the journey at the end of the program, being able to secure a role at the end of the program? And the guy said, you know what? If you are determined enough, nothing is impossible. With that mindset, I started on the journey, you know. But The way I configured my mind when I was starting on the journey was, you know what, in my class, I'm going to ensure, despite the fact that it's an area I know nothing about, I'm going to ensure that I'm the best in my class. How can I be the best in my class? Is by going above and beyond whatever has been covered in class, by doing extra research. And I achieved that. People started coming to me, classmates started coming to me, oh, we are having issues, solving their issues for them. I was using them as a guinea pig to better myself. And at the end of the program, 2 weeks uh, after the program ended, I started applying for jobs back to back, and I secured my very first role 2 weeks after the program ended. And not just an ordinary role, it was a senior role, senior automation engineer role. And this was me embarked on a 3-month journey, you know. So many people will question, we argue how possible. It is possible for anything that you put your mind into, it is possible. Not only that, because you want to start competing with people who has been doing who has been in the industry for the last 2-3 years, right? You need to invest your time into the process. Take, for example, the training might be twice a week, but that doesn't mean your journey has to be restricted to twice a week. Your journey has to be an everyday journey. And that is the only way you can compete with people who has been doing it in the industry for the last 2-3 years. So that's my journey, and the whole learn with price started, from there, and it's another story today. So that is why I know for anyone, and that is why I tell my students as well, there's nothing impossible to achieve. You just have to configure your mind, and this is the right path for you. And one of the most important when it comes to transitioning is support. You know, back when I transitioned, I didn't have that support. I had to do 90% myself, sleepless night and all of that. But when you have the support system, when you have a training institute who is ready to support you, walk the walk with you on the journey, honestly, you have nothing to worry about. All you have to worry about is you attending the class, understanding what you are training on. If you have any issues, you have the support system to go to. You have the mentorship as well. So that's a bit about myself anyway. And maybe I'll talk more as we go along. All right. So why masterclass? Why are we combining 3 different career paths, 3 different trainings, and making it as one? The reason is most people, when it comes to transitioning, they are still in doubt. They don't know which one to settle with. Oh, should I go for business analysis? Oh, someone told me about project management, project coordinator, project support. Should I go for that? Or, oh, they said Scrum Master is the talk of the town now. Should I go for Scrum Master? There is that confusion. But by the time you embark on this journey, it will expose you to project management, it will expose you to business analysis, it will expose you to Scrum Master. So at the end of the program, you'll be able to determine which one you want to settle for. Or if you like all the 3, you can go for all the 3, as in you can settle for all the 3 to the extent that when you start applying for job, you can put all the 3 on your CV. And that is another reason why we put them together, because that will give you more edge over those who only can act as a business analyst, or only as a Scrum Master, or only as a project manager. Because the skill that you have at the end of the day, or at the end of this program, you can take any of these roles easily. Easily, you can take any of these roles, and it increases your chances. Because if the PM job is not forthcoming, you can settle for Scrum Master role. If the Scrum Master role is not forthcoming, you can settle for a BA role. So you have alternatives. You have, what to settle for. You are not just focused on one. You have alternatives that you can consider as well. But for those that only want to settle for one, again, yes, you can settle for one, because at the end of the program, you'll be able to determine that, you know what, I think my strength lies in Scrum Master. I think I see myself working as a Scrum Master, or I see myself working more as a project manager, and I see myself working as a business analyst because I can talk, I can communicate, I like documentation. I think I'll function more as a business analyst. All these things you'll be able to determine, where you stand at the end of the program. But why the rush to IT? Why are many people considering a change, uh, into IT? I think the movement started, I think, shortly after the COVID. That is when the buzzword IT, everywhere is IT, IT, IT. IT is the new crude oil. Why? Because it gives them the avenue to work smart. It gives you the avenue to earn more money. It gives you the avenue to have the family life balance that your other jobs are not giving you. Why? Because you can work remotely. And since after COVID as well, many organizations, both local and foreign, you know, they now realize that you don't have to be physically present at the office before you deliver your job. And they realize that it is even cost effective for them to recruit someone from outside their zone, from outside their country. Take, for example, a company in the UK that wants to recruit a business analyst as a contractor for 6 months. They don't want to pay that person in the UK £500 per day, because they believe if they look outside the United Kingdom, maybe to Asia or Africa, they can get someone who can equally do the job at a very reduced price. So that is why they spread their wings and they go to Asia or they go to Africa to look for someone. And that someone, maybe instead of paying £500 per day, they offered to pay 150 or £200 per day. Let me use Nigeria for an example. They got someone and they are ready to pay 150 to £200 per day for someone in Nigeria. If you convert that at the current rate right now, that will be £200 will be almost 300,000 naira per day that you are getting. It is still a lot of money to you, but to them, they think they are shortchanging you. And when they realize that you are even performing the job better than those that they are paying £500 a day, £600 a day, then, they start employing people from outside the zone. That is why this is the best time. This is a perfect time. This is a perfect opportunity to transition. The jobs are out there. Aside being able to work remotely from anywhere you live, regardless of your country, right? It doesn't matter whether you live in Nigeria or you live in Ghana, Cameroon, Zambia. You can secure a role from a company in Austria, from a company in Malta, from a company in Canada, But before you can put yourself out there, you need to know what it takes. You need to know your onions. You need to know how to defend what you know at the interview. And that is why we organize this type of training, which we refer to as a boot camp, to train you on what is needed, not to beat around the bush. We are not training you to go and pass a certification exam. No. So if you are looking to write Prince 2 or you want to write PMP, this won't be the right training. We are training you, like a day in the life of a project manager, a day in the life of a Scrum Master, or a day in the life of a business analyst. What it is expected of you the moment you secure that role. How you are going to pass that interview. What you need to know to pass that interview. The books will not teach you what you need to know to pass the interview. The books will not teach you what you need to know when you secure your first role as a business analyst. And if you think you can rely on Google or YouTube, read on Google, read on YouTube, and go for an interview, they will fish you out because they will know that you only know theoretical. You haven't done it before. That is why our trainings are different. You know, our trainings are purely practical. And also you have the opportunity to work on a live project as well, which gives you opportunity to even know how things are done in an agile environment, because that is another questions, another type of question you can be asked at the interview. Have you worked in an agile environment before? How? Tell us how. You'll be exposed to all these things during the live project, you know. So that is why we are different. And as I said, there's no better moment than now, because you tend to be working smart. What do I mean working smart? Many people, take for example, maybe a doctor or a nurse, they have to physically go in and do their 12 hours or 13 hours or 14 hours. And they do that for 5 days or 6 days. Maybe they only have a rest day for a 1 day rest day. But when you work in IT, you work remotely, you are working smart. Working smart in what way? You can take your kids to school. You can go and fix your car. Why doing all this? It's not like you are not working. You are working, but you are working on the go. Because maybe most of your time it's even spent at the meetings. You can join your meetings on your phone. You can take more than one job when you know your onions. For both jobs, you can't exceed 5 o'clock to finish for both as well. Not that you'll be working till 10 p.m. because you are doing two jobs. No. Working smart, making more money, you know, making that 6 figures if you're in the UK as well. So that is why this is the best time. And you know what? If you are ready, we are ready as well to take you on that journey. So before, don't let me waste too much of your time. Let me just dig into my slide. So why masterclass? We call it masterclass because it comprises of three different trainings. As I said, you'll be trained on project management, business analysis, and Scrum as well. So why masterclass? Why three of them? I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference because that is where we are. So in the UK, if you're considering a permanent role in any of these three, you'll be looking around 50,000 average. You considering you just finish a 4-month program, and you can land yourself a 50,000 pounds role. That is a lot of money, because even in the UK itself, the average salary that majority 60-70% gets is within the range of 18,000 to 35,000. That is what majority gets. And you completing a 4-month program, you are able to land a 50,000 pounds role. That is a lot of money. Or if you are considering a contract role, then you'll be looking at maybe 350 pounds a day, 400 pounds a day, 500 pounds a day, 600 pounds a day. Let's even say it's 400 pounds a day. You're getting 400 pounds a day for 3-month contract or 4-month contract. That is still a lot of money, because 400 pounds a day, that is like 8,000 pounds a month. That is a lot of money. Many people won't get, many people don't get that per annum, what you'll be getting in 3-4 months. Also, for those outside the UK, aside being able to work remotely for any country of your choice, especially in the UK, there's a shortage of skilled worker as an IT business analyst, and I think as a project manager as well. Meaning you can secure a role from your home country. If they like you, you pass the interview, they can apply for a sponsorship visa for you right from your home country as well. Right? That is another opportunity that you get from acquiring the knowledge. All right. Also, I don't like. Let me stop sharing. Someone wrote on the screen that I'm not feeling. 1 second. All right. All right. Someone wrote on the screen. That's why I need to stop sharing and reshare again. So also, you can work remotely from anywhere in the world as well. Again, COVID, that is another advantage COVID brought, being able to work remotely regardless of your country. As I said earlier on, you might be living in Nigeria, you might be working remotely for a company in Malta, you might be in Zimbabwe, Ghana, you might be working for a country in Austria, you know. So there's no limitation. The only limitation you can have is not acquiring the right knowledge or skills. That is the only limitation. Also, it's in high demand. It's in high demand because you can, if you want, because you'll be trained on three different areas. If you get your first job um, as a PM, you can look for a second job as a BA if you want to. But aside that, again, I know many people who are doing two jobs, two PM jobs or two SM jobs or two BA jobs. Why? Is because there are not enough people out there to take the roles. That is why they need people like you to undergo the training, acquire the skills and knowledge, and you can compete for those roles that some people, you know, for those who are doing two, three jobs. So you can take those jobs off them. It's because there's nobody to pick up the jobs. That is why they are doing two, three jobs. If there are people like you who are ready to work and you're ready to pick up the job, yes, you get the job. So it's in very, very high demand. All right, so if you are to enroll or come on board, what would be the roadmap? You get the training, the projects. Let's take a look at that short. So the training so the program is for 4 months, right? But the practical training will be for 2 months. That will be three times a day. Sorry, three times a week for 2 months. Then after that, you'll be put on a live project for another 2 months. That is where you'll be working with the likes of the developer, yourself as a Scrum Master, project manager, business analyst, tester, and all of you guys are working together to deliver a solution for a client. Most of our projects are in Agile, although we have few projects for waterfall as well. So that is it. So the program is for 4 months. 2 months for the practical training, which runs three times a week. And the other 2 months will be used for the live project. And that will be Monday to Friday. But at your own, it's when you are grouped for the project, you and your team member will decide the time that you'll be meeting for the project. The last, if you can see my slide, 1 second. You can see that the certificate alone cannot get you the job. You need hands-on practical experience to get the job, and that is what we provide. So thinking, oh, I want to transition, let me go and do PMP, let me go and do Prince 2. If you do Prince 2, that's fine. But I can assure you that is not what will get you the job. Up until the moment I resigned 9 to 5, and trust me, I've worked with different companies, from oil and gas to banking to consultancy to health to education. I've worked in all of them. Until the moment I resigned 9 to 5, I've never been asked to present my certificate. Never, not for once. So if you know your onions, if you know what you're doing at the interview, you can convince them that, you know what, you are the right guy for the job. Nobody will ask you because they know you passing the certification doesn't mean you know how to do the job. It's as simple as that, you know. So that's why we don't dwell on certification, but we still give you a certificate, which I'm going to explain in a bit anyway. All right. So this is another stage that is very important. You've gone through the training, you've gone through the project. Now you can easily call yourself that you know what it takes to be a project manager or to be a business analyst or to be a scrum master. But you are not getting the calls. You are not getting the calls. You are frustrated. Why? It's because you are not really visible in the market. And if you are not visible in the market, nobody will call you. Nobody will say, oh, are you available? Are you still in the market looking for a job? No. That is why this stage is very, very important as well. Optimization of your brand. Let your brand speak for you even before they pick up the phone to call you. And what is that, your brand? It's your CV. It's your online presence. Especially for those that wants to be applying for international jobs, you need to revamp your CV to international standards. Also, LinkedIn, you need to optimize your LinkedIn page as well. And you have to be in that space because LinkedIn has become one of the popular place. I call it marketplace, professional marketplace that recruiters now goes to look for qualified candidates. So you have to be in that space as well. When this stage is done accurately and is done well, you'll be surprised the amount of calls you'll be getting. Oh, we saw your CV online. Are you available? Are you still in the market? They'll start scheduling interviews for you. Also, as that is going on, you too will be applying for jobs manually. You'll be uploading your CVs to different job sites. And not only uploading your CVs to those job sites, you also make them searchable because it is not all jobs that are posted online. So for those that are not posted online, the recruiters just want to go and scan through the CVs on those websites to see whether they can get someone who is qualified, and then they give them a call. So, but if your CV is not searchable, there's no way they will see your CV and see whether you are qualified for the role they are recruiting for or not. So all these things will show you how to go about them. And when this is done, you start receiving calls, then surely they'll be putting you forward for interviews. And the moment you start getting interviews, this is another important stage that we assist with as well, because it's not only about the money you are paying us, it's way beyond that, because your success at the end of the day is also our success. If you are able to land that role, someone somewhere will ask you, Richard, how did you do it? And you can tell them, oh, I did my training with Learn with Pride. They were so good. They did this, they did that. And you recommended us to them. That is what we want. So we assist when it comes to, we do interview preparation with you. But while on this point, let me quickly mention the other benefits that is attached to enrolling with us. So you get the practical training. You get to work on a live project that will expose you to how things are done in the real world. You get the mentorship, you get the support, you get interview preparation. Also, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate that will give you at the end of the day is recognized in over 60 countries. CPD stands for Continuous Professional Development. You can search it on Google, or later on I can show you as well, and I can share the link on the chart for you to make more research and see other benefits that is attached to getting that certificate as well. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us, because you'll be working on a project with us. So we'll be giving you a reference that you can use on your CV when the time comes to apply for jobs. So those are the things that you'll be getting from us. All right, I know I've talked a lot. Quickly, let me rush. So this is our company start from 2020 till date. As I said earlier on, we've enrolled over 20,000 students. This stat is not up to date. Pardon me for that. This is showing This is a reflection of January till June, so to say. And you can see the amount of enrollment we've had on each courses as well. As I said, this is not up to date. We've added few more courses after this was done. All right, but you can see the reflection of, you can have an idea of how many students that has enrolled on each courses. Also, overall, in all our courses since the onset that we started, 85% of our students are currently working out there. 50% working in public sector, while 35% in private sector, and 15% are job ready as well. Again, it is worth mentioning that the moment you enroll with us as well, it's like you are joining a community. That is what we are trying to build. Because at the end of the day, if you eventually land that role, you still need someone at your corner. You still need someone whenever you are stuck that, oh, who am I going to ask this question? You know, so we have that community. And also we are starting a session in this November, I think on Sunday as well, that focus on people who are still actively looking for jobs and all of that. People who has gone for interviews that can come on board and share their interview experience, interview questions. All these things will motivate you. All these things will make you have more experience on how to tackle yours when the time comes. So that is the kind of community that we are building, and you can become part of that community as well. All right. Quickly, I got these jobs online. Project manager jobs. The first one is paying between 650 and 750 per day. This is a contract role, paying 650 to 750 a day. 600 a day, that is like 12,000 pounds a month. The other one is paying 680 pounds per day as well. That is over 12,000 per month. You know, that's for project management. The other one, this one is for business analyst, and this one is paying between 500 and 600 pounds a day. 500 pounds a day, that is like 10,000 pounds a month. You'll be wondering, can I actually be applying for such roles? Yes, you can. You can. And I'm a living example as well. You know, my very first job, I got a permanent role for someone who just completed a 3-month course back then. I think my starting salary was around 50,000 or 55,000 back then. So that is, if you know your onions, you can defend anything. You can get it. People are getting it. You know, why are you going to be an exception? This is a Scrum Master role, and this is paying 600 to 700 per day. Again, I'm using UK as a point of reference, but again, this doesn't matter where you live because it is everywhere. You know, if you want to start applying for jobs in Malta, if you search Scrum Master jobs in Malta, you see how much they are paying as well. You know. All right. So, because part of the journey involves project management, and this is another one of the important things to me when it comes to impacting knowledge is exposing students to industry standard tools as well. So it won't be right you going through a project management training and we are not exposing you to the right tools just because there is money involved. Take, for example, project management. At least you need to know how to use the MS Project because you might not be working in an agile environment at the end of the day. Maybe where you got your job, what they are using is Microsoft Project, and you don't even know how to use it. You know, and there's no free version of Microsoft Project. That's the shocking part of it. And as you can see, this is taken from their website. To get the software for 2021 alone, it's 679 pounds. But for anyone, this is the first offer for tonight. For anyone joining the program, you know, you'll be getting this for free. I'll be getting you this at no extra cost. And it is not only for the training period, it is yours for life. It is yours as long as you still have that laptop. It is yours and yours for life. So that is the first benefit that you'll be getting. What's supposed to cost you £679 will be costing you £0 if you enroll on this journey. That's the first one. All right, let's go to the price of the course. So the cost for the 4 months duration is £799, as you can see on the screen. But there's a 30% discount for those that wants to make an instrumental payment, those that wants to pay twice. So that means instead of £799, you'll be paying £560. £560, you can start with half payment, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. Right, so instead of paying £800, you'll be paying £560. That is if you are paying twice. But again, I have another offer for those that want to make a one-time payment. Between now, I know it's late now, so it's going to be it's going to be a 48 hours. What I'm about to say now will be a 48 hours deal, meaning it's valid till the end of day on Saturday. So for those that wants to make a one-time payment, that you know what, I just want to pay and go, then you get a further discount. So instead of getting it for £560, if you are paying once, you get it for £360. So that is a further £200 reduction for you. Again, it is no brainer. 360 or even £560 after the 4 months journey might become what you'll be earning per day. So why can't you take a chance and invest £560 or £360 for that 4 months duration, and that can become what you start earning on a daily basis after that? So the £360 is valid till end of day on Saturday. End of play on Saturday. It's a 48 hours deal. For those that wants to pay once, you can pay £360. That's a further £200 reduction. But after Saturday, from Sunday, it goes back to £560 and you can pay twice. If you are paying £560, you can pay twice. Okay, before I call on someone quickly, if you are interested, if you have any questions, if you have any queries, if you want to ask me anything at all after this session, if you want to enroll as well, as you have a limited slot for the cohort that will be starting. So we are looking to start these, it runs on, so we are looking to start this on the 28th of November. So, and we only have 10 slots left for the course starting on the 28th of November. So if you want to enroll, the best number to contact is on your screen right now. So you can take a screenshot or you can save it on your phone. That'll be a direct number to contact me on WhatsApp if you want to enroll or if you want to secure your slot, because as I said, we only have 10 slots for the course that will be starting on the 28th. After that, then it's till next year again. So if you want to take advantage of the offer, if you want to rewrite the story, if you want us to walk the walk with you, that will be the best number to call. So for now, again, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. If you want to save it on your phone, you can save it on your phone. For now, 1 second. I have one of the current students. I think she's still on the project at the moment. On the call, quickly before I call on the facilitator to shed more light into the life or what it entails to become either of the three that we are discussing about, I want to quickly call on her to share her experience. She's still on the journey. She's currently on the project at the moment, to share her experience, what is like since she started on the journey and all of that, just to hear from her. So Cynthia, you can unmute yourself and talk now.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hi,
good evening.
good evening. So, do I just tell
Y-
everyone my story, how I started and where I am?
Yes, the floor is yours.
Okay. So, I started with Learn with Pride, I would say mid-August. I enrolled for project manager and scrum master roles. And we initially started with lectures. We had a teacher and we had, I think, 3 sessions a week of studies. He gave us, just material and lectures on how to do the work. And then after that, we got presented a project. It was more of an agile project, a software project, I would say. Um, so initially, I didn't quite well understand the lessons because it wasn't quite practical because it was just lectures. So I got worried. I contacted Aki and I complained that I don't think I'm understanding and I don't know if this is what I should be doing. But I think he reassured me and said I should just keep trying. And I did. So now that we started the project, it's a live project, it's going really well. And then we also have now a waterfall project. So we're basically working on 2 projects at the moment, which is very interesting. For the Agile project, we have a full team. We have a tester, we have a software developer, we have product owners, we have business analysts, and then some members of my class, Scrum Masters and project managers. It's going really well. I think I'm understanding everything that I need to understand at the moment. For the waterfall project, we just started, so I'm hoping that both live projects would really help me on the job market. That's what I really needed to have hands-on um, live experience like this. So I would say the beginning might be challenging, as it was for me. But the more you study, the more you go through the learning material, the more you ask questions, and on the live lessons, you would really understand everything. It's all coming together now, and I feel a lot more confident now. At the moment, I'm getting my CV revamped, and then once I go through my interview prep, I think I'll be ready to start applying for jobs. I feel a lot more confident now. I'm already reviewing some questions and learning how to answer them. So I think this was the best decision for me. I have to say I'm a beauty therapist. I'm in the beauty industry, so I've never done anything like this, jumping from one sector to, the tech sector. But I've always wanted to change careers and do this. So I'm really glad I found Learn with Pride, and I'm really enjoying my journey so far. Thank you. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone has any questions for me.
Thanks, Cynthia. Maybe, yeah, I think that's fine. A quick question, maybe let me just ask because everybody's muted anyway. So how would you describe your knowledge level now before you started on the journey, and now that like you are maybe like you are 3 months into the journey or thereabout? How
Yeah.
would you compare? How would you compare?
Okay. So when I started, I had no idea about certain things like the language you use in the tech industry, the tools you use like Microsoft Project, Jira. What else have we used? I've used Confluence now because during the live projects, I was facilitating the meetings on Jira. I would create projects on Jira and do like sprint reviews. I mean, I'm using the terminology that I didn't even know I could use before. So I think I don't want to say experienced, but my knowledge has really plummeted. I feel very confident now. I use the lingua a lot more now during our daily sessions. So I'm very, very confident that I've learned so much already. And I know there's still a lot to learn. But the more you practice, the more you facilitate those meetings and have discussions with your peers during the sessions and ask questions, the more, you retain them. And it's been crucial for me. So yes, I think I've learned a lot and my knowledge level has plummeted. Let me say that. It's really high now. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. I hope that has helped one or two people on the call. Really appreciate you joining the session. Really appreciate. Thanks so much, Cynthia.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Without wasting much of your time, so I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to be inviting Tonayo, who's going to be the facilitator that will take you on the journey for the next 2 months, if you are to come on board, to shed more light into the life of all these three. So without further ado, Tonayo, the floor is yours. Thanks. See you soon.
Thank you very much, Akin, for what you've been sharing with us so far. Okay, yeah, so without wasting our time as well, I'm just going to share my screen, and get directly to it. Okay, so my screen is loading. Yes, I believe you can see my screen now. Okay, so like Aki has described, we are having a 3-in-1 session, which is called a masterclass. And this session is unique because I've been taking it for years, with Learn with Pride. And it's been something that I've really, really accustomed myself to and establishing great relationship with students. So what are we going to be learning in this masterclass? We're going to be looking at what project management is and the careers. We're going to be looking at the deliverables for this course. Those are the things I'll share with us. When I say deliverable, it's a terminology in project management. It means our goals. So what are our goals there? And we're going to look at waterfall project management. We're going to look at agile project management. We're going to look at the software tools for agile and waterfall project management. Then we'll go to BA, that's business analysis. And we'll look at the business model canvas. We tailor it to IT and look at how a business, the role of a business analyst in an organization. So that's just it. So briefly, I have to introduce myself. So that's just me there, So these are the few places I've worked as either a business analyst or a project manager. So yeah, well, some of them as a financial analyst as well, because I also did not have, the background in the tech field. So I transitioned as well, even though, yes, I did STEM, yeah, but I transitioned as well. And my transition was so smooth that, it was smooth, but my setback was that, just like Akin said, I wasn't job ready when I finished because I did Prince 2, and after all the certification, I wasn't job ready. So I eventually got a job though, but I just knew I wasn't ready. So I always tell my students, when you go through a program like this that is going to expose you to a working system, by the time you get the job, it's just going to be a walkover for you. Honestly, especially being that you guys, most of you are professionals in your field, so it's going to be a walkover because you've done this for like 3 months, unlike someone that just goes to jump into goes to do a certification, jumps into it and come out and is now seeking for a job. So the difference is going to be like night and day. So what is project management? We have a lot of definitions. I'm not going to waste our time with this, but to just say, it's a temporary organization created for the purpose of delivering one or more business products according to an agreed business case. So that might be a little bit complicated, but let me simplify it the way PMI defines it. So it says a project is a temporary endeavor. So what temporary means is that it has a start and an end date. So a project must have a beginning and an end. So when something does not have an end, you don't know when it will end, that is not a project anymore. That becomes something else. We call it operations, or whatever you want to call it, but the project must have a sure start and end date. Even if it is 10 years, there must be a stipulated date to the end of the project. So pardon me, I'm trying to rush up. I don't like to waste people's time. I know I have just limited time, so I'm trying to just go through this as fast as I can. Okay, so temporary, I've explained what it means. Now it creates a unique product, service, or result. So that's the deliverable of a project. Yeah, doing a project because you want to create a unique. When something is unique, that means it is not the same as what is. So it has its own peculiarities. It is not the same unique product. So if you do a product A, B, C, they must have their own differences. Even if it is the same thing you are manufacturing, but they must be unique in their own way. So that's what a project does. Then it creates services or results. So you might want to do a solution, for instance, the software. Those things are called solutions. So that's a project. And also, if you want to render a service, you can actually you can take on a project to deliver a service. It might be a service that caters to a lot of things. So that is what a project is. We are going to be deep diving into that when we start the class proper. Aki has talked about these career opportunities and how much you can earn. So I don't need to really, to go over that again. He has explained it clearly. So why do you want to do project management? Yes, because from anywhere you're coming from, whether you're coming from the financial field, or even you are coming from, what's it called now? Even if you're a journalist, whatever you are, you need project management to have clear, organized plan. It helps you to plan. That's one thing project management does. It gives you clear path thinking, knowing how to organize, knowing how to plan and improve team collaboration. Because when you're on a project, you don't work alone. You work with cross-functional team. That means when I say cross-functional, talking about people from different fields and departments. So you work with a finance person, you work with an engineer, you work with an architect, you work with a business person, you work with a lot of people. That's what project exposes you to. And also, you understand how to define roles and eliminate confusion. As a project manager, one of the things you'll be very, very good at is defining roles and responsibility, because it's part of the core thing that you will learn. So you understand what a role is, because in project, everybody mans their role. If you don't man your role, you're going to have issues. So everybody's role is strategic and well-defined. Then also, goals to improve team effectiveness. When I talked about deliverables, so deliverables are goals also. So as a project manager, you're going to understand how to have well-defined goals to improve team effectiveness. Also, your communication skills are going to be laser sharp and laser focused. You have great communication skills. When I say communication, I'm not saying speaking language. I'm saying that knowing when to escalate, knowing when to pass information, and knowing when not to. That's what communication entails in this part. It's not talking about the fluency of your speaking, even though yes, that eventually will come because you start speaking the vocabularies, just like Cynthia has said. It will help you do that. But understanding communication. So people, when they work, they don't know how to communicate. There are issues on their job, but they tend to keep it to themselves because they feel, at this moment, we don't want people to be aware. No, project management exposes you to understanding the importance of communication. So then the final thing is project management tools help increase efficiency. Akin mentioned something very important, which I actually wish I had when I was doing my project management course. That was the project, MS projects. Yes, Microsoft project. So the tool I used when I was working with an online gas company, it was compulsory that you use it. I actually learned that tool on my own. Then I fine-tuned it when I got into that company because it's what we use every day. And I bought it. I remember I installed and bought it also. I can't remember how much I bought it, but I bought it. So now you're having it for free. So that's a very good development if you enroll on the course. So you're going to be learning just not MS projects. You'll be learning another software called Jira, which is used basically for software project development. So yeah, we're going to be learning those two. And also in the business analysis class, when we get there, there's another software tool we're going to be learning. So it's like you're getting a 3 theory classes in one program. That is very exciting, I guess. Okay, so what are we delivering in this course? Yes, we're going to be understanding both PMI and Prince2 project management principles. Very clear, because I am someone that is a certified Prince2 practitioner, so I would be able to delve into and show you a lot about what Prince2 says about project management, and the same thing how PMI does the same. So we're going to marry these two together, and you're going to be having that understanding as one. Then also waterfall and agile methodologies. Okay, so when we say waterfall, you just imagine how water falls from a rock. So it's a process how work is done in a sequential manner such that one has to depend on the other, like a ripple. So it falls down like that. That's a waterfall project. And waterfall projects are very typical when you are doing physical projects like construction, you're doing anything that is physical. It could be building, it could be, you can name anything that is just physical. You can use waterfall to manage such projects. Why agile are projects that are usually that speaks to software development? Yeah, so that there are projects that you may not be able to handle them physically, but they are great projects, software. So that's what agile speaks to. So I'll go into this shortly. We'll also know how to manage project from start to finish. That's what the course will deliver to you. How do you start a project? How do you finish? Those are the things you learn. You understand and manage the deliverables that control any project. A lot of deliverables, not deliverables, variables. A lot of variables control projects. We have cost, we have scope, we have time, we have risk, we have quality. A lot of variables. All these things I'm listing to you, you understand them one after the other and how they impact the project. If you do not put them into consideration, one of them can kill your project. They call some the triple constraint of a project. That's the scope, time, and cost. So those 3 things is what guides a project from start to finish. Your budget is very important. The timeline that is set so that, because if you don't want to fail your customer and deliver lately, and then also the scope. So scope is speaking to the kind of arrangement that is baselined or that is planned, how your project is supposed to go, the roadmap. That's what scope speaks to. All right, also you have opportunities to collaborate on a live project with required support. Aki has mentioned that. You are going to be on a live project, not a formulated project, on an ideated project, a live project. You're going to have a customer that is not even part of our system, someone out external there that has a solution, and you relate to them and deliver a working software to these people. So this is another opportunity which I really hold dearly, and I encourage anyone to seize that kind of opportunity. You don't see it anywhere. So this opportunity to collaborate on live projects is what will actually expose you to the experience that you need when you get on. Also mentorship on how to easily transition. Yeah, that's available. Reach out to Akin for mentorship and support. Also, like Aki has said, you can also rely on us for interview preparations and whatnot. Okay, so you're going to be learning software solutions used to manage both waterfall and agile projects. Yes, that is a sure thing that you will learn on the job. Okay, so an overview of waterfall project. Yes, I said is a approach entails clearly defined sequence of execution with project phases that do not advance until a phase receives final approval. Yes. Please, I advise us to turn off our videos. Please turn off your video. It helps to increase the bandwidth. Turn off your video, and thank you as you do that. Okay, so I just explained what waterfall project does. It's a series or a sequence where you don't advance until you finish a phase. But so an example of that is building a house. You can't want to build a house now and start from the roof. It's not possible. You have to start from foundation, and it transits like that. So from foundation, you lay the blocks. From there, you do reinforcement, on whatever you want to do, and before you do the roof, not the reverse. So it's a systematic approach. That's how waterfall does. It manages things, from Manuel Oyo. Please, can you switch off your video, please? Manuel Oyo, please, if you can hear me, switch off your video. So I'm going to move to the next one now, which is the Agile project. Overview of Agile project management. So when it comes to Agile, like I said, Agile is an iterative process. Now, I'll just use a little explanation to give you something that will be clear. So when you come to Agile, that means you want to deliver the work on a fast pace, and you don't want all this one should start before the other one starts, like a waterfall. So any project that is fast on approach and iterative, that means you can change a lot of things, is called Agile projects. Yeah, so most of the project that suits this kind of methodology is a software project. So for instance, imagine how Google designs develops a lot of their software, maybe Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams, how Microsoft develops most of their software. They use the Agile approach. And in Agile, you have different methodologies. I just listed about 5 here. There are a lot of them. You have Scrum, Lean, Extreme Programming, Kanban, FDD. I'm sure you would have heard about one or two of these, but what we are going to be focusing on is, so that's what we're going to be doing during the course of the class. Okay, so we'll look at the software tools for Agile and Waterfall project management. So there we have a lot of them there, but just to mention a few, we have Oracle Primavera P6. Sometimes, depending on how we flow in the class, I always expose my students to this Oracle Primavera P6. It's not a very common software. It's very rare, but people that understand it, they are highly valued. So we have Microsoft Project, which is what we're going to be doing. Thankfully, is going to give us a free version for us to install. So, but the two, this Oracle and Microsoft projects, they are very suitable for managing waterfall projects. So if you know Microsoft projects, you may be able to do the other one, the Primavera P6. Yeah, so I'll be showing you how you can navigate your way there, but our focus will be on Microsoft projects. So we have Trello, we have ClickUp, we have Jira. So Jira is another tool we're going to be showing us. So Microsoft project will be for waterfall, while Jira is going to be for the software project. So we have Asana, WorkZone, Monday.com, Podium, a lot of this software out there. A lot of people are building it daily. So we're going to be looking into this to help us to manage projects on a daily basis. Now, finally, let's go to business analysis, because it's another thing that we're going to be looking at. So I'll just explain. So a business analyst is just like a link between a customer or a client and developers. Now, that is a business analyst in an IT world. So when you are a business analyst and you're in the IT world, you are just like a link. You are the one that liaises between a business owner and the developers. So there are a lot of skills around this that can help you to do that. And a lot of discipline is also required to assist a business analyst in delivering their jobs. So if a business analyst must be in a team, one of the functions is to do requirement gathering and requirement elicitation. So those are the things we are going to be looking at: how to gather requirements, the best way to do about it. A lot of ways to doing it is interviewing, prototyping. We have using questionnaires. A lot of, imagine if you have seen a questionnaire before, that is speaking to a product. Someone is sharing, please fill out this questionnaire for us. What they are doing there is they are using it to get your feedback on how to improve a product or to launch a new product. So those are skills that business analysts, or tools that they use rather to engage users, on how to develop a new product or improve on an existing one. So those are the things we're going to be looking at. Yeah, we also treat the business model canvas. This is speaking more on the core business itself. So this is going to be useful for people who want to start a business and probably want to incorporate IT into it. So you want to have your own business, look at what you're going to look at to start. So with this, the business model canvas is a 9 column that has a lot of deliverables. So what are you going to be looking at if you want to start a business, how you're going to go about it, getting funds and partnering. Those are the things that a business model canvas speaks to. You're going to be looking at okay, business case is something that we'll do throughout the project. Usually, when you're starting the project management class, you're going to be reviewing a business case. And this is an example of how a business case looks like. Yes, a business case is actually more elaborate than this, but this is just a one-pager of so you will see, excuse me, you see, well, I don't know why this is doing this. Okay, you will see that this business case has project name, sponsor, date of project approval, benefits, time scale, cost, expected return on investment, and risk. Those are the main key things, and also the project manager. So we are going to be learning how to create a business template, business case template, and how to formulate it to adapt to a project that we are developing. We have a lot of business analysis too. We have Tableau, Power BI, Google Analytics, Jira also, because we're going to be learning Jira in Agile. But what we're going to be looking at in Jira is Confluence. So that one manages documentation. So you're going to be learning that also. Trello, Microsoft Excel is a very great business analytics tool. Microsoft Visio and Rike. So, but we're going to be focusing on just one, which is Tableau. By default, you will understand Confluence when you do Jira. So, but we are going to be using Tableau. Tableau is very great for, doing a lot of business intelligence work. So that's another software you're going to be learning, making 3 major softwares now. So, conclusion, project management, business analysis, all this offers you, to think better. That is the most important thing. One of the things I've benefited from being a project manager, and by the way, I actually double as a project manager and a business development analyst, where I work currently. You see, I have my own, job. I also do this as part of my job also. So you see, I can combine it. So project management gives you that flexibility. Yeah. So to manage your schedule, understand what you need, and just deliver. So it also helps you to organize faster and deliver efficiently because you have tools that you will understand how to use. That tools will help you to deliver efficiently and also to be faster in organizing. That's what Agile means. So whether you're tech inclined or not, doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. You don't need to understand how to code. A lot of people are saying, I want to transition into tech. I can't write a code. We're not writing codes there. We are managing people that are writing codes. That's what we are doing. One of the things you need to understand if you want to be a great project manager or business analyst or Scrum Master is to understand the position of leadership. You need to understand it, and it's going to be taught because leadership is actually a skill. You need to understand how to listen, how to delegate. Those are things that a project manager does. So I advise us to enroll to this course, and just to reiterate on what Akin has said, take advantage of the early bird that ends on Saturday, enroll on the course, and I would love to see you there. Thank you very much. So Akin, I'll hand over to you now.
All right. Thanks for that. If you have any question, this is the time you can raise your hand and I will be calling you, or you can drop your message on or your question on the chat as well. I'm going to read it out, but I'd like to hear from you. We are here to learn together. So let's learn from each other. So please kindly raise your hand if you have any question to ask. 1 second. Let me just. All right. So for those that joined late, let me just go back a bit. So the course or the training is a 4-month program. The first 2 months will concentrate on practical training that will run 3 times a week. And the other 2 months will concentrate on you working on a live project for another 2 months. So all in all, it's a 4-month program. The benefit of enrolling, you get the practical training, you get to work on a live project, you get the mentorship, you get the support, interview preparation, CPD accredited certificate, and finally you get a work reference for the duration that you are with us. The cost for the 4 months duration is $799, but there's currently 30% discount on it for those that want to pay twice. So if you are paying twice, you'll be paying 560 pounds. You can start with half payments, and the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. Or you can get a further reduction of another 200 pounds if you want to pay twice. So meaning you'll be paying 360, but this is only valid till the end of day on Saturday for 48 hours. So you can take advantage of that if you want to come on board, if you want to rewrite, the story, if you want to transition, if you are looking for, you don't want to walk that walk alone. You are looking for a community you can belong to. You are looking for those or an institute that can walk the walk with you, hold you by the hand. Then you're on the right. You are you're on the right track. All you have to do is take the leap of faith. Because what I realized is when it comes to investing in ourselves, we are reluctant, and most of the time as well, we procrastinate. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next tomorrow. Oh, next year, that'll be my New Year resolution. What we fail to understand is tomorrow never comes. After tomorrow, there'll be another tomorrow. After next year, there'll be another next year. That is why it is key if you want to take the action with courage. Take that leap of faith and see what happens at the end of the tunnel. What you are investing, either 560 pounds or 360 pounds, might become your daily rate at the end of the program. But you will never know until you start the journey. You can't apply for jobs that you know nothing about. So before you can apply for it, you need to know what it entails. So that is why we try as much as possible to reduce the cost, you know, so that it can be affordable, you can get value for money, and don't forget you are getting 3 trainings for the price of one. Even one, if you want to enroll on individual training on its own, it's way more than this. Now considering you are getting 3 trainings for even less than the price of one, it's no brainer at all. If you want to enroll, if you are interested, if you want to secure your slot, it's starting on the 28th of this month. 10 slots available as I speak at the moment. If you want to secure your spot, enroll, or if you have any questions after this session, you can message me on the WhatsApp number on your screen. So you can save the number on your phone or take a screenshot. That'll be the best number to contact me on if you want to enroll or if you have any question. So any question, please let me check the chat bar. If you have any question, please raise your hand and I will unmute you. Adefela A, can it be rounded up to 500 and 300? That is a big ask. But if you have my number, if you have saved my number, you can chat me up on that and we can have a discussion. So that goes to Adefela. If you, yeah, just save the number on your screen, chat me up, and let's take the conversation. Um, let's continue the conversation on WhatsApp, if you don't mind. Pa, 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 pa. I don't know whether this is a question though. I almost wanted to ask about risk management and whether there would be a separate course module dedicated to its teaching. Tonayo, did you make mention of anything risk management in what you said?
Oh, yes. I said that as a project manager, one of the core things that you learn is risk management because it's uh, part of the deliverables of projects.
All right.
Especially, I said they're part of the variables that drive projects, yes.
All right. Please, 1 second, please. Give me 1 second. All right. What is the price in Naira? So that would be, I don't know whether you're asking for, so the actual price in Naira, that would be, um, yeah, that would be like 958,000. That's the actual price without any discount. But if you want to pay twice, so that would be 671,000 if you are paying twice. But if you want to pay once, that would be 432 if you are paying once. So you can easily use yeah, so that's the price anyway if you're paying in Naira. Any other question? Do you issue certificate after training? Yes, let me show you. 1 second. Let me stop sharing for 1 second. Pa, 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 pa. All right, let me share again. All right, I believe you can see my screen now. So this is the body that will issue the certificate that you'll be getting at the end of the program. They are called CPD. So you can Google them. Let me paste this link. And when you get on their site, this is also on their site as well. You can read more about the benefits and that is attached to having the certificate as well. So that will be the certificate that you'll be getting at the end of the program. And the good thing is because you are embarking on 3 different trainings, you'll be getting 3 different certificates in all the trainings. So that's a plus, that's another plus as well. So that will be what you'll be getting, and that is the body. And this is our registration number on there. But you can go on there, it's on the group chat now. You can go on there and read more about them as well. For those requesting for the video or the recording of this session, the recording of this session will be made available on our YouTube channel. So if you go on YouTube and search for at Learn with Pride, just follow us or click the bell icon. So when we upload this video, you are going to get a notification. Then you can go and watch or send it to whoever you want to send it to as well. All right. Any question from anyone before we wrap it up? Remember you can raise your hand if you have any question. But if you don't have any question, you can easily reach me. Maybe you are too shy to talk. You can talk to me on the number on your screen. You can call me on the WhatsApp number on your screen or chat me up on the WhatsApp number on your screen. All right, so any final question from anyone? Again, it will be starting on the 28th of this month. The 4 months journey will start. And the next cohort after this one will be next year. Olanrewaju, you can unmute yourself.
My name is Olanrewaju Akintayo. I don't have any question, but I just want to say that I'll call you privately,
No problem.
Yeah, I'll call you privately. So just know that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Mm. I'll
Thank
look
you.
forward to that. No worries. Thanks, Alarawaji.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right. Any other question from anyone? Again, if you don't want to speak to me in public, you can message me in private and we can have a discussion at any time. Um, you can message me. I'm reachable. So any final question from anyone? Again, the start date is 20 of 11. You can take advantage of the reduction of the further £200 reduction um, before the end date on Saturday, or you can pay. You can still get 30% discount and pay twice. Half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. You can get the recorded version of this session on YouTube. I've pasted on the chat. So just search for Learn with Pride and follow us and click on the bell icon as well. You'll be notified when we upload the video by tomorrow as well. So for the very, very, very last time, any final question from anyone? All right, no question. Thanks everyone for your time, taking your time to come and hear me out. And hopefully you can come on board, join the community, that is focused on empowering, you know, um, especially the Black people, to get into the to job market out there as well. So come on board. Let's walk the walk together. Let's rewrite the story. Let's change the narrative together, and let's prove to them that you can get that £400 a day job. You can get that £500 a day job, or even more. So thanks. Hopefully, I'll see some of you on the journey, and we can start our our rewriting from there. So till then, have a nice weekend ahead and stay safe out there. Thanks everyone. Have a good night rest. Bye bye.